A while back during the primary on the Republican side, I made a video titled "The Worst Answer in Debate History." No big deal, like 6.5 million views. But we now have an addition to that sort of genre. It is the worst response to a question in a press conference. And it's a question during the joint press conference with Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu. And it's about Trump's worries about and response to rising anti-Semitism. Let's watch.
Mr. President, since your election campaign and even after your victory, we've seen a sharp rise in anti-Semitic incident across the United States. And I wonder, what do you say to those among the Jewish community in the States and in Israel and maybe around the world who believe and feel that your administration is playing with xenophobia and maybe racist tones?
Well, I just want to say that we are, very honored by the victory that we had, 306 electoral college votes. We were not supposed to crack 220. You know that, right? There was no way to 221, but then they said there's no way to 270. And there's tremendous enthusiasm out there. I will say that we are going to have peace in this country. We are going to stop crime in this country. We are going to do everything within our power to stop long simmering racism and every other thing that's going on, because a lot of bad things have been taking place over a long period of time. I think one of the reasons I won the election is we have a very, very divided nation, very divided. And hopefully I'll be able to do something about that. And it was something that was very important to me. As far as people, Jewish people, so many friends, a daughter who happens to be here right now, a son-in-law, and 3 beautiful grandchildren. I think that you're going to see a lot different United States of America over the next 3, 4, or 8 years. I think a lot of good things are happening, and you're going to see a lot of love. You're going to see a lot of love.
That ending was awesome. You're going to see a lot of love.
I don't think I want to see gets released. We're going to see a lot of love. So asked about not just anti-Semitic comments and violence, but specifically his campaign playing with that, like when he had the image about Hillary Clinton that he tweeted out with the star and bringing Steve Bannon on, a known anti-Semite, surrounding himself with all that. His response is first to go on about the Electoral College victory they had, the amazing 37th best in U.S. history Electoral College victory. And then he said, to give him credit, we're going to stop racism. Couldn't bring himself to actually say anti-Semitism. He didn't actually mention it there. And then he said, as on Jewish people, a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends, and my daughter down there.
Well, as on Jewish people.
You're going to see a lot of love.
And he also said that he's going to stop racism and other bad things going on.
That have been going on for a long time.
Okay, well, that's another great piece of great news.
We're going to stop crime.
All the bad things that are going on. But the reason now, here's the substantive part of this. When asked about anti-Semitism during the campaign that propelled him, his answer was to go to the Electoral College map and his victory there. Why? Well, he followed up by answering the question. He said, we had tremendous enthusiasm in this race. The reason he went to that is because he thought, hey, that's what got me elected. I had this tremendous enthusiasm, so I'm not going to speak ill of that. But remember, I've also got the Jews going on over there. So that's why he brought it up. So he won't say, don't do the anti-Semitism, because he thinks, hey, man, I won, and I had tremendous enthusiasm with that thing that you just asked me about. That's
ridiculous.
Now, and one last thing about that. Not only does he think that, and hence he knows it happened and is okay with it, but if that's his mindset, he might think, if I'm in trouble, I go back to that game. Let's put some watchers on the wall, investigative journalists to run down the Trump administration and the establishment. You can make that happen. TYTnetwork.com/go.